This is SB Jefferson from Pro Rookies, and today I was going to talk to you about maybe trying to improve your connection on Call of Duty Ghost. So today we're going to be talking about port forwarding. It's a question of a lot of professional gamers. It does seem to help a lot of players. So I got my computer and my Xbox pulled up, and the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to find out what your router's IP address is. You can usually Google this if you don't know. Like for instance, you may have a Belkin or a Netgear or a I'm not completely sure of some of the other ones. There's some other fancy ones. There's some other cheaper ones, whatever. And you're going to find your IP address. Like mine, you type it in up here in your regular address bar of your internet. You're going to pull up, and sometimes it'll have a passcode to log in. Sometimes you'll have a default one you just have to type in. You can also Google that. A lot of times it'll be default. A lot of people don't change these. But you'll sign in to your router. And your router will usually have something over here. It'll be different for each one. You can actually YouTube or Google these and it'll help show them. But for me, it's port forwarding right here on the left. So you can go to port forwarding and you have all these ports right here. And you'll notice that they have an IP address on the right side. So when you add a port or port to be forwarded, you know, for mine it's add custom service. I'm just going to show you real quick. You'll have just any name, like you can do like Ghost, Call of Duty, whatever, and it'll ask you what type it is. It'll be either TCP, UDP, or TCP, UDP, but it'll be both of them. And a lot of times it'll have, if it just has one number, for instance, if it just has like, you know, one in 1900, it'll be 1900 starting and 1900 ending. But if it has 1900 through like 1901, you want to put starting 1900 through, and the ending will be at 1901. And the internal IP address, this is where you'll type the same number for all of them. So if you want it to be like one, make it something like, like 10, 15, 20, whatever, something like that. Obviously not the same thing as your IP address, but so you're going to have that all set up. And I'm going to go back and show y'all. Y'all can see where I've had these at the bottom are for Call of Duty Ghost. These up here are for Black Ops, and this is for Battlefield. I had to actually get rid of some of the Battlefield ones so I could put some of all the Ghost ones in here. And I'll also add a website to where you guys can find exactly these numbers that I typed in, so we're not going to worry about that. But we're going to talk about how to do it on your Xbox. So once you get all these set up on your router, you're going to save your settings, of course, but you're going to come to your system settings on your Xbox. You're going to go down to Network, and on your router itself, or on the connection itself, you'll click it, go to Configure Network, and you'll have right here an IP address, and you can you can click these. So you can click, obviously when you click it, you're going to go to Manual, and then you'll have a slot for each one. It'll ask you what your IP address is. That's the number that you added on the end of these. The number that you added on the end of these, this is what's going to recognize it, and it's going to straight forward it to your, the numbers you added, so the ports can come straight through. And the subnet is usually 255, exactly what I have. This is usually your subnet. And the gateway is going to be exactly what the IP address you typed in the address bar. Whatever you typed up here, that is what your gateway is going to be. Your DNS is going to be the same exact thing. And the secondary, you can put 88888. I believe that's Google's DNS server. I'm not completely sure. Do not take my word for that, but I believe it is. And guys, this will actually help your connection. A lot of guys do not know how to do this. They think it's very difficult, and some people get very confused. But there's a lot of information online to help you find out. All you have to do is basically find your IP address on your router, and then you do all these. It'll take a little bit maybe to find exactly where it is to put so like mine says exactly port forwarding and port triggering, I believe. I know at my mom's house it's got something weird like I can't even remember the name. She has like a Belkin router, I believe, and it's a little different. But I did look online; it showed where to find it. And the website I was telling you guys about is, I believe it is port forwarding. All right, it's portforward.com/csports, I believe. Let's see if this pulls up. I'm not completely sure, but you can Google it. You just type in port forward. I can type right, spell right. Port forward. Let's see, games. this up. Yes, Cports. It's Cports. So it's portforward.com/Cports, and it'll pull up all the different games. And I'll go down to the Call of Duties. Here's the Call of Duties. It'll show you and make sure at the top, guys, it'll state the ones on the left are the TCP and the ones on the right are the UDP. If they have both of the numbers in both of them, you will set it up as a TCP and a UDP. I hope this helps, guys. Let me know how it works for you guys. If this was helpful, let me know. Comment, tell me if this is helping you. Tell me if you noticed anything after doing this, and I'll see you later, guys.